Hey, we've returned with some more Terra Invicta, going into part 2 of today's episode. Ooh. And you did it. You killed the demon and saved the town and Mr. Krabs.
But Benedict is still stupefied.
That's what I was like.
That is true.
I would say, does any of them have? Do any of them
He
have
is still
greater
stupid.
restoration?
I don't think so. I will check. If anyone has it, it probably would be like maybe Henry. Let's check.
Because didn't Tanakh use it on me, or did he use lesser restoration?
I think it was lesser, but let me check.
Greater restoration.
Let's check what he has, because he's a paladin, so I don't think he has that high of a spell.
Artificer, bard, cleric,
but can't
ranger.
paladin?
He did remove curse. That's what it was.
Oh, that's what it was. But can he prepare spells every day?
He can, but he doesn't have a high enough level of spell.
To do
the only
greater
people that can
greater.
cast it are artificer, bard, cleric, druid, and ranger.
Yeah. So like Deli or Benedict are like the options, right? Basically.
Both of which are unavailable.
Oh, poor Benedict. Oh, does that mean that we're not going to get to take Benedict with us? He's just going to have to stay in the village.
Yeah.
I think that's what that means, right?
Maybe.
You don't have a healer.
Because it's 30 days. Like, it's
30
not
days,
like...
yeah.
And then he has to make the save again, and...
Oh, well, actually, here. This is the thing we need to start with, then. Because you guys, have just finished fighting. Right? And I think... we just see...
Come out from behind the statue.
Right, exactly. We see, I mean, there was already a battle with the crocodiles where everyone just kind of went at it and finished them off, right? Everybody's here. Gitta showed up. They relay you briefly about what happened above, and they say, it was a tough fight, but there weren't any major losses or casualties. Obviously, all of us are still alive, and we maybe get a shot or two of the angel gal Thera executing a couple of the last of the skinwalkers that they had captured, and then they're just surrounded by elementals, and they're kind of taking care of business up there. And that we see on Lethera's face a sort of quiet satisfaction with herself, she's actually doing the job she was given forever ago, right? So they just kind of relay that stuff. And I think you maybe noticed that I don't know if there's anything else that needs to be said about them right now. I'm still waiting on something from Josh Lang, but I don't think it's going to be relevant to what they say to you right now. So, maybe they get, for the audience's sake, they give each other a glance when they say there were some hard spots there, or whatever, some things we had to deal with, and they give each other a glance, and who knows what that means, but. It's not important right now, so I think we kind of glance over that, and we see Get walk over to the big pearl, and maybe Audrin kind of just relays the basics. But I think the first thing I want to do is, are you guys all just standing around here, or do we see you walk around anywhere? Or are you immediately going into, okay, let's just explore the rest of the temple mode, or are you all fixated on the pearl? What do we see from you guys? I'm just curious.
Imagine pearl first.
Yeah, I forget once the pearl we're here. I feel like we should get whatever that is first.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I think Git says, now I'm sure there was a line that he said before about this situation when he was explaining it to you, but I don't remember exactly what he did before. But he basically relays the same general sentiment of, this pearl is important, and something about this island is wrong. And I think Damien, I think maybe says, yes, it feels like there's still something. I think I assumed that when we killed these demons that maybe the Isle of Dread would be. No, I think this is Get saying this in someone else's voice. Brokenly, I'm just going to say it normal, and we can assume he's using broken pieces of other people's conversations. He basically says, I think I assumed that once this aspect of Demogorgon was killed, That's, basically that would be the final hold that the demons had over the Isle of Dread. But like there still feels like there's something wrong. Like something's wrong about this place. Something is still holding it. And you've I think it was Takui specifically who'd been told before about his intuition about like why is the capital of the Tiefling Empire, which was like a West African coast thing, in the middle of nowhere in the ocean. Like it feels like this doesn't make any sense. And so he starts to like just examine the pearl and look over things. Would Audrin be helping him magically, or maybe Vran, or both?
I could do guidance.
Well, I guess I meant like advantage wise.
That as well.
Yeah. But yeah, you could do guidance or whatever else. We can assume that you guys are looking that over. If Git basically says like, hey, okay, I'll need a little while to like start looking at this. It doesn't seem like there's any immediate danger. Would you guys start like looking around at that point, or just like wait?
Yeah, if he needs time to like process things and doesn't need us immediately to help him with that, then probably take some time looking around, making sure there isn't anybody else or anything lurking around.
And that's what I figured too. And I think
I don't think I spend any time with this pearl thing, because I'm like, that's Git's thing. I'm gonna go explore this temple and make sure the demons are cleared out. So
I would say probably like Anna, do you go over to Benedict and deal with him in immediate, or do you not care
I mean, like, there's nothing to deal with him.
No, I know. Yeah, he just kind of sits down and
this is normal.
He's just this stupid.
There's just like nothing to be done, because he can't understand language and he can't speak language. So like,
right now he just kind of sits on the ground and just like waiting.
Caleb, I have a question.
Yeah.
What level? Actually, let's figure this out. What level? First of all, does Paladin get Greater Restoration?
If they do, it's not for a while.
They don't. Artificer, Bard, Cleric, Druid, Ranger.
Yeah. So you might get it.
What were the other spells? One was like the wish spell, and the other one,
heal.
What was the other? Heal. Okay, I think that's just a cleric spell, isn't it?
I think so.
Yikes.
And that's
or it would be
level.
Probably the similar,
I think.
same ones.
Right, I think Greater Restoration would be more
Cleric or Druid, 6th level.
Ugh.
Yeah, I don't think you have any way to Greater Resto him right now.
Let's just wait a month.
But so what?
Is
what
anybody
I was thinking,
on the island? One of the
Well, that's the thing. I don't think so. Right? Like
no,
I don't.
No. Oh, one of the Oh my gosh, the other party that's on the island.
Oh, Jade Ravens.
Yes, them. Are any of them
Jade Ravens? That's
able
a good
to
question.
cast Greater
Like,
Restoration?
The magic-y people are be dead, right?
No, the only person who died is the rogue.
Okay.
We have a Circle of the Moon Druid.
Druid. There we go.
5th level, is that what it is?
5th level spell.
And druids can prepare, right? Like from the full list. So yes, Doral can do this for you.
Okay.
Yeah. But what I was also going to say, and this is one of the reasons I was kind of gauging all of these things, is I think it would probably then Takui and Anna who first go into one of these back rooms here. All the way back up here. And find in this room, I don't have a token for him, but it is actually, maybe I think I do, because it would be whatever.
Is it our friend?
It's Nolan.
The missionary.
Nolan.
Yep. He is still alive.
Yay.
If I can find the stupid token. Because didn't I have a... Maybe I didn't have a token for him.
I thought you did. I thought the one guy was impersonating him, so I thought you had a token.
Yeah, I know. I don't see one, so I think I must have used just like a basic, like cleric guy token, whatever that standard one is. It doesn't matter that much.
It'd be really helpful if Feeble Mind worked in a way that like we could just knock him out, like take him all the way down and then heal him and then he'd be fine again. That'd be great.
Nolan is chained to like the desk in the back of the room over here. And it looks pretty clear that this is the Rakshasa's room. It's the room that he was using, right? And so you see some gear stashed in a corner over here that might be Nolan's gear. Nolan seems very out of it himself. It actually seems like he might be feeble-minded as well. He just kind of stares blankly at you as you walk in, which makes sense. Like that's an easy way to keep a captive when demon can do it, right? So, yeah. So, you see him. You see him in the back there. So,
Okay. And we can confirm the stuff on the side was his gear.
probably looks like there's like a.
I mean, I'll look through it. So
there's some magical armor that looks very celestial looking, right? It's not like demonic at all. There's like a rod, and like a prayer bead thing, I think.
Okay.
All seem magical.
I'd like to give him his prayer beads are magical.
Yeah. Everything here is magical. You see like magical armor, magical rod, and
Audrin, do you have the identify spell ready?
He doesn't.
No, I do not.
Dang. Okay. I was going to
Because
say,
you got those items earlier.
I wonder if that item could potentially help. I don't know what it is, but
And you wouldn't. So
okay. Well,
yeah, I'm just curious
stuff.
what you might do. Just kind of drag him along.
Could I make an Arcana check to see what the beads are?
Yeah, you could take an educated guess anyway. Yeah.
Could I also help her?
Sure. Yeah, she takes it over to you.
15.
Poof, that's a 15. Yeah, I mean, with your initial guess, you guys would know of like magical prayer beads, but you have no idea what they might do, right?
Okay. Just curious if they happen to have a spell slot of greater restoration in them.
Might, but you just don't know,
you
don't have a way of.
I can't attune to it,
now.
so
If it did, we could use them.
Yeah, I mean, I can't attune to anything else, so so I'll grab his stuff and then just kind of guide him, out. I don't know if I should keep his handcuffs on him because he doesn't necessarily know that we're friends, right? So he might just think that we're just like.
Can I show
enemies.
him does he have some sort of any sort of cross on him that I would have on me too, that I can
not,
be like,
not on him, but like in his stuff, certainly. That he has this symbol.
To hold it out and be like that they match.
Would he even be able to realize it though?
I don't think he's in a place. He's not going to attack you. I think he recognizes instinctually that you're not demon worshippers and servants of Demogorgon, but he definitely seems very unresponsive. Like if you like take off his chains and show him the cross, I think he'll follow you dumbly, but that's about it, right?
Yeah, I think
Give him
we
food.
could do that.
That's true. He looks very scrawny and beat up and not in a good shape.
Want to give him some food. I mean, I'm sure he understands that. That okay, they're feeding me. So at the very least, there's that. Yay, we found him.
Mm-hmm. Cool. So you guys are kind of looking over the big pearl. You got him squared away over in the corner there. And I think did you have any questions or thoughts for any of the other NPCs here? I don't know if there was anything we needed to pick up with them on about. If not, that's fine. I just want to we don't have to talk about it, but she just would have been like, I'm assuming the battle went well because you're here. So Yep. Yeah. They nod. And, they shake their heads. They say okay, you did. There were, but no named NPCs were murdered during this process, right? Maybe an elemental or two died, and some of the certainly some of the Phanatons did, but it definitely, they say as soon as and they communicate this now with Git has his little book and stuff, and I think he probably put Lethera in it. And he messages back and forth with her and has confirmed basically that once Kala, the two-headed demon there, died, their will to fight broke, and so any remaining denizens kind of in the corners, like what those Koperu in the other room, they ran as soon as that happened. Any of those people are long gone by this point, through any of the random exits. I think I'll just say that Anna, you probably noticed that like at one point, Damien and Henry and Tanakh all give each other a look, kind of like there's something that happened during the fight that maybe they're not like sharing, but from their perspective, with your insight, you can tell that like they don't think it's relevant to you. They're not like hiding it to be sneaky or anything.
I might just pull Damien aside.
Yeah.
And be like, hey, so like what happened in the fight?
We killed some demons and everything went rather well, all things considered.
Okay, but it seems like you guys like something happened.
Yeah, he looks down at his sword, which is like, which this is a weird sword that he has that seems to be able to do every property. Like it has reach somehow. Like you can swear that it looks like a normal longsword, but then like you've seen him use it in
like
fights and
so
suddenly it's way
fancy.
longer, right? Like and then you blink again and it's back to its normal size. Like stuff like that. That's weird about it. He looks down at it and he basically says, we found one particular demon and managed to test out a theory. That's all. I don't know if you came across a Rakshasa earlier, but I don't think you'll be troubled by him again.
Oh, excellent.
Oh. I mean, I'm here for that conversation, but I feel like I understand.
Yeah, I'm just kind of like, yeah, we started fighting him and then he disappeared on us. So
We found him sneaking through the upper levels, trying to set off some sort of trap. Maybe it would have collapsed the whole thing on us. I don't really know, but well, he's gone now.
He ran away from us like a scaredy cat.
And he like just like pats his sword.
Wait. We got rid of all the evil swords, right?
Yeah, it's not one of those. It's not one of the Okalon or Cavite swords. No.
I was like, whoa.
Is it?
Suddenly attacks you. The voice in my
Suddenly
head is telling me to do it.
Suddenly a thread from season 2 is coming back. Oh my gosh.
Well,
I was thinking
technically,
about
the
those
swords
swords.
haven't been dealt with yet. We put them in
It's
the
true.
stone
You just
wall,
shoved them in the wall.
and they're still there.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, could you imagine like years and like hundreds of years later, like we're getting into like electronic
Space age
infrastructure
stuff.
and everything. Yeah, just like someone takes a wrecking crew down there to terraform the area and turns it into like a sewer, and then they come across those swords. It's like, oh, interesting. I'm sorry, Chuck.
Exactly.
Dang it, I actually had a thing that was not. Oh, it's not one of the stab once and like now you can't be resurrected swords.
No, it does not look like
I was
that,
thinking
no.
more like a soul capturing one. Who is it that
That
said
was my
this?
other thought.
Who is it that said
Damien
this?
is the one that Anna is talking to right now, the swashbuckler guy. But yeah, he's the one who has the kind of weird sword that you guys have seen him use, where like it seems way more effective than it should be. It just looks like a regular sword most of the time.
That was a sword that Tepin had, didn't he?
I think he just had the ring. I don't know if he had a soul-stealing sword.
I thought he had a special sword.
If he'd had a special sword, I don't think it was a soul-stealing sword.
It was a life-stealing sword.
Ah, yeah. Oh, and it was like his warlock blade.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's what he says. If you
I'm
could press
probably
him for
just
more
I'm
information.
probably just like, I don't really understand what you mean by that, but I'm happy if he's not going to be a problem.
Yeah, he just nods. We're not trying to hide anything from you. I just don't think you'd be interested.
I mean, you're kind of correct.
Ronan and his magical shenanigans.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not really good at the magic kind of stuff. That's not as much my thing. That's more of a like Vren and Audrin and Dali kind of thing.
Mhm.
And so I feel like Anna would not be like pressing for details of like she doesn't know how magic works that well. Like,
Yeah.
meh. If
Mhm.
they think he's gone, he gone
Mhm. Mhm.
for now.
Cool. Audrin, you had like an anti-magic thing going on this statue, right? I think at one point Git says like, okay, well, we do have to take that off eventually because if I'm not gonna, if I'm gonna do what I need to do with this thing, like it will need to be magical again.
Yeah.
So he asks you to take it off.
Probably just like, let me go. Oh yeah.
Cool. And I assume you all are kind of like gathered around at this point, like waiting for what Git's gonna do with it.
I don't know. I mean, is there anything else like if I were to like explore around that find that's valuable? I guess because I don't, yeah, I don't
I
know.
don't think so. I'll
Not in
check.
like the immediate area.
Nothing that I can remember. Let me check here. Most of like the rooms on the balconies, which is one of the rooms you found Nolan in, but most of the other ones are just filled with like broken urns and stuff. You do find on the side here, this room right here, a alchemical laboratory.
Okay.
Yeah, so like 2 tables of like alchemy supplies and stuff. Probably you think that Kala used them to, or someone under his command used them to do Shadow Pearl stuff, right? Anoint them specially.
So
or
like,
something
is
like
Git
that.
gonna try to like, I don't know if and maybe he doesn't tell us this, so I don't know. But is he gonna
Yeah.
try to like yeet this island back to where it should go? Is that what he's trying to do?
That's what you think. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, because I think Takui would worry about the fact that there's still pearls down there, and would want to see if we could take care of that first before we just like
Sure.
move this island significantly closer to.
Yeah. And we're epiloguing,
wherever
so
we're going.
we can pass
So-
through this time. Yeah, for sure.
Okay,
That's totally fine
Yeah.
with me. You can
That would-
you go down there and crack open the oysters and destroy them. That's totally fine.
is that okay?
Yep. And none of them are like.
Would you say that I destroyed an artifact tied to the abyss?
No, because none of them are actually artifacts yet.
Fine.
Yeah.
But I did
sorry.
complete a mission to fight a demonic infestation. Yes.
Oh, certainly. Oh, yes, certainly.
Excellent.
Cool. Yeah. So, I think.
Oh, and what was the CR of that demon?
Check. Where
I'm
is
assuming-
he? Kala two-headed. He was CR 15.
I'm a Fury Knight, baby. Let's
Nice. What does that give you?
go. +1 on
Affiliation-wise.
attack rolls and weapon damage rolls against demons.
Oh, nice.
Would killing the demon actually mean bring an abuser of magic items to justice?
Oh, well, I kind of Shadow Pearls. Sure, yeah. I think that counts. Anyone else have any affiliation stuff that would matter here?
I'm just checking.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I haven't checked for any of my affiliation stuff in like 3 seasons. There is probably so much that I've gone
We-
up in my affiliation.
In the after show, we can check through that, Jordan, and see if anything has happened.
Did I stop a major threat to the order and stability of the region?
Oh, certainly.
Oh, okay.
I get like a minus
I think so.
10 to
Right? Like, yeah, because the region could be the Isle of Dread. That makes sense.
Was that demon a chaos aligned enemy?
Yes.
Oh, that's +9 to me, baby.
Oh, goodness gracious.
My affiliation doesn't matter as much because I get -10 for not being a wild magic sorcerer. So I can't
Yeah,
do much
yeah.
to begin with.
Yep.
That's 9. Whoa! What does that make me now? Wait. Here we go. Just call me mother.
Wow, nice.
I receive a permanent honor guard of 4 8th-level
okay,
monks
real quick,
who served me to the death.
Let me double check. Is there a lesser version of this, of that thing in the faction list? Stability of the region. Uncover a major plot to sow
But we
chaos.
didn't just uncover it. We just stopped the demon.
Yeah, so this is what I'm thinking though. You did not stop the shadow pearls. Remember? Like one of the things you learned in this adventure is that they have enough shadow pearls already that stopping the operation does not stop their plan. I think the +8 is when you stop the plan. Well, except I don't know when you would get that, except for the end of the campaign then. Cover a major plot to sow chaos in the region, stop a major threat or instability of the region.
We're going to stabilize the region by bringing the island back to that continent.
Don't mark it yet. We'll get
Too
there.
late. It's already done. Now I have to erase it and retype it.
This sort of thing should usually be done in the after show or after the session anyway.
Sorry, I was just sorry. That was my fault.
I was getting excited about it too, but there's still a little bit left here that I think we need to get through. So I think what happens, Audrin? You turn off the anti-magic field, and I think Git makes a roll here to try to do what he needs to do. I think it is clear that once you turn the anti-magic field off, the thing starts pulsing and glowing again, and you're in like, it does look dangerous again. Obviously, if you don't touch it, like nothing immediately happens. So I think we roll here to see if Git can pull this thing off without any like consequences. I assume you're giving him advantage on this, because you're like, you and Vran are like helping and whatnot. But I think we roll. I think we see how it goes.
Yes, and I'm also using guidance.
Perfect. Yes. Does anyone else have any like, you want to give him a bardic takeaway?
I ran out of bardics.
You ran out. Okay.
If we short rest, I could get him back.
You could short rest, definitely.
Okay, then he can have one. Yes.
Perfect.
I guess it's been probably that's not an hour.
Short rest
hour.
is an hour.
Yeah. Sorry, mixing things up in my head.
Good. All right. So Git has a +12 on this, so I assume he's gonna do well. So he has a bardic. Was it a D6 for you right now?
A D6, yeah.
D6 and then a D4. All right, sounds good. All right, his advantage. Here we go. 27 is a good place to start off. Let's go ahead and roll that D4 and D6. I'll let you roll your respective dies.
I don't want to be blamed if this goes wrong, though.
Hey, we're already at 30.
Okay,
That's a good number.
30. We're hit 40. Well, so the highest we can get is 34.
Break 40, Alyssa.
No. I said the highest we can get is a 34.
Oh, okay.
That's what I said.
As soon as you started, like, I just assumed the way you were saying it.
No.
Go ahead, Jordan. You can roll that D4.
Sorry, I was just checking to see if there was a way to up the D4 to anything else, like if I used another spell slot. There's not.
Nice. All right, 33 is not a bad place to be.
I was about to say not a good place.
That is what I was gonna say, and I stopped myself because that didn't make any sense.
It's not a good place to be. It's a great place to be.
Exactly. Okay. Trying to decide how I want this to go.
The entire island starts sinking. You have 1 day to get off.
33 is really good. Okay, so this moment has been in my head for a really long time. I'm trying to just decide how I want this to go. Oh, this is difficult. Okay. Oh, we'll just go with what the roll is. 33. He did it. He succeeded. We see the pearl glow, but this time it takes on more of a celestial shades. You got whites and golds and things that start to take precedence over the kind of like blacks and grays that were there before. And slowly we see the altar. The altar was not. This isn't a demon altar. Like the guy holding a statue, I believe is like a tiefling, right? This was here originally in the temple, but we do see like a patina kind of burn off of it, as if there's like just like a shadow drops from the statue, or a kind of like like a film of corruption, kind of burns off of the statue.
Twilight
And
movies.
we see the pearl change from being what looked kind of like a shadow pearl, kind of painted and made to look like that, and the paint burns off, and we see it now glow with like a white gold kind of fiery glow, and we get a far shot of the Isle of Dread, and we see it's probably several different shots of the Isle of Dread, where there was kind of this like all over the Isle of Dread, specifically in that one region that you guys were in a couple of adventures ago, that like where everything was like this demonic fog. We see a couple other spots like that kind of scattered throughout the island, and those spots were like parts of the island where it was starting to bleed over into the demon realm, right? Like and demons would, as people of the Isle of Dread know, like demons live on this island because of this weird connection it has to Demogorgon's plane. But we see this fog start to burn away, and these spots suddenly get cleared up, and obviously there's still like dinosaurs and crazy stuff on this island, but you guys have officially like broken the demon influence of the Isle of Dread. And we see the fog that is surrounding the island too, right, as the last bit of fog we see start to burn away, and then suddenly there's a kind of like a glowing the fog turns into a kind of like white gold glow all around the island, and then we get like the exposure and the brightness get turned all the way up, and then they get turned back down, and it's just empty ocean, right? And we know that the Isle of Dread has been transported. The last shot we get of that sequence is a shot of a lonely ring. We've been here before in the game. The little kind of ring of ruins you guys went to way back in season 2, where it was like Marvin or whoever like lost his memories there. We see that ruin, right? And we see the runes around it start to glow faintly. And then we get another shot of some ruins in the kind of like grave district of it's like a big graveyard island of Calabar, that at one point I think it was Jared's character, I don't remember his name was, but he was like a elf paladin thing, went with the pixie character that Alyssa had, and it might have been Marvin. I think it was Marvin. It was just like Seth's character wasn't there. The tiefling fighter guy wasn't there. You did a little mission there to like explore some ruins that were connected to Marvin's thing. We see those ruins as well, and they start glowing. That's all we get before we hard cut back to you guys. And I think we've skipped forward in time. I think we can assume that like all of this stuff has been wrapped up. The taboo temple stuff, like you managed to go through the whole thing. We can talk about other stuff that you find there. And I think maybe either at the end of the session or just after show, we can like I can give you a big list of treasure and stuff that you can look through. I don't think there's a whole lot else, but there's like one or two other items that you can find if you take your time. But we can skip ahead through all of that. Assume that you guys have conquered this island here, the island middle of a lake, and the Isle of Dread as a whole, right? You've stopped the demon infestation. We see you guys make your way back to Farshore victorious. The vibe of this whole thing is so different from the end of the last season, where you guys were like limping back to Farshore defeated after having like all of your people. Like this went so much better than that did. And there's just like this general glow of victory around you guys. We know that once you get back, you're going to be able to heal Nolan. You're going to be able to heal Benedict. As long as Doril has a day to prepare those spells, you should be good to go. But when you arrive at Farshore, everything is fine at Farshore in terms of like there's no buildings on fire or chaos in the streets.
What day is it? How long does it take us to get back?
We'll figure out that. It's probably in the after show. Days have gone by, maybe a week, something like that. But there is. I'm trying to think of who meets you. Maybe Vincent Catherley, the
priest,
of the chapel there.
Right.
Finds you, like maybe we see him like walk out of his chapel and he's like rubbing his temple or something. It seems like stressed, and then he sees you and like runs down the street towards you guys as you're walking up.
It's Abner.
And he gets there and first he's like Nolan, right, and then that exchange happens, and we don't need to play out that whole thing, but we see the whole thing where he's like, oh wow, that's great that he's okay, and that he has a feeble mind on him. We'll figure that out. But then he says, it's good that you've returned. Something terrible has happened.
Okay.
And we get the dramatic build up with the music, and the last shot we get, the last line of the season before we hard cut, is Lavinia has been kidnapped. And then we cut the season there. And yeah, obviously this means that like Abner's uncle is now like de facto in charge of the
what did I
town.
say?
But we know that you guys, like zooming out of all this and in player knowledge, where this island ends up. Let me see if I can go back to.
Let's go back to the big map.
The big map. Wow, I think I archived it. It's been so long. Oh man, what is he even named? See, is it Calabar region map? No, that's Calabar map. Man, what is this called? Once I find this, I'll point out a spot off the coast, right in the kind of middle of everything. That you guys were back in. Oh, here we go. Region map. Here we go.
Hey,
whoa.
big.
Whoa.
Giant tokens. Okay. So here's Calabar right there. Scuttle Cove is over here. This pirate city. I believe the Isle of Dread appears somewhere in the middle of here, right? Like somewhere in this
sounds familiar.
Open space around this area, right? So we know this. You'll figure this out as characters before too long, and had an idea of where this was going to be. But it is you're back where you started, and the trip back to Calabar or to Scuttle Cove is going to be way shorter than you expected it was going to be.
Wait, we appear out here in the middle of nowhere?
The Isle of Dread has been transported entirely to off the coast of the west coast of Africa. Yeah.
Right, but we're still in like the middle of the ocean, though.
Yeah, you're still in the middle of the ocean. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought we were going to appear like right on the coast.
No.
Because
no.
Because you said this was the capital, so I was like,
it is capital,
oh.
yeah. Let's see. Did I have accurate distances on this? I do. 300 miles. For one, they had magic. So it's not like it's probably maybe here then. Let's say.
Okay.
That's a good equidistant point between like the two other land masses. Somewhere around there. It's probably good.
Okay.
Why was I bringing this up?
Well, now it's going to be easier to get back to
Yes.
Calabar
yes.
potentially, like for
mhm.
trade routes and stuff.
Yes. It's. I think I need to look up the numbers on this, but It's entirely possible that what's his face, the half orc guy, is still not back to Calabar at this point, and is like, it's just on
He's going to run into the island again and be like, "Crap,
What
haven't
the
I gone
heck?
the wrong way?"
Exactly. I'll have to figure out the timeline on that for next season, but
That's funny.
one of the reasons I did this is not in the original adventure, but also the distances and the way that I set up the culture of the Igbaye is different in this one. I wanted the same distance of travel for that whole adventure where you're like on the boat. And so I made up this whole big random thing about like the thing being transported. But I made some really cool reasons as to why it was transported, and it's still going to come up. We've hinted at it now in this just now, with the random shots I just gave. But we'll see the consequences of that as we go. Git has transported you guys there. That is all taken care of. But I know there's a reason I was bringing this up besides just like giving you this information, but it's fine. There's other stuff we can talk about. The next adventure is going to be about saving Delhi. But
Lavinia is also gone.
Lavinia is also gone. Once you guys get information on this, we did the dramatic hard cut on that line, but he obviously fills you in on exactly what happened. Vanthus returned with the strike team and captured his sister, right? When you guys were gone, he made sure that you guys weren't going to be here and came in and stole her. That's what it seems like to everybody. As far as you guys know, that's the story that was given. I'm trying to think of, yeah. And another thing that's true is the Jade Ravens actually left. I think maybe they didn't do this. Okay. I need to figure out.
Well, if they did, then we can't cure Benedict and Nolan.
Well, I'm not worried about that. Like, if you can't, then that's the way it'll be.
Oh, no.
I'm trying to think of, in the original adventure, like the island doesn't move, and so they just like sat out on a boat and like go to save her. But I'm trying to think if they have even a possible way they could move faster than that, because maybe they don't. Maybe they're just going to team up with you guys instead.
Maybe it just happened like the day before. Or
it did. Otherwise, you guys would have gotten like magical messages about this far before this point, right?
Sense, yeah.
Let me go check, because I know like druids have like weird things they can do where they can like go into trees and things.
Tree teleportation.
Yeah,
Delhi almost used it.
Because I'm pretty sure I feel like that's something that might have happened. Is like Doral's like, go jump into this tree and we'll go find her, right?
Yeah, but if she got captured on a boat, it's not like they're gonna find another tree. Like,
no, yeah, but they know that. So this is one of the reasons I bring this up, is because if the assumption is that she's captured by Vanthus, then it's probably obvious where she's going. The same place where Delhi is,
right.
Scuttle Cove. And this is what the original adventure actually had you going to Scuttle Cove for. But now we have two people that are in Scuttle Cove. So it ended up working out pretty well. I'm double checking right now just the druid spells. What level spell is that? What's the spell name actually, Seth?
For what?
What the tree walk thing?
Delhi has it.
I think it's transport via plants.
Yes, and it's like 6th level.
6th level.
There is a locate creature spell. Druids can cast it. 4th level spell. Bard,
what is
cleric,
the
druid, paladin, ranger, wizard?
What level do you get 6th level spells as a druid? Do you know?
No.
Because Delhi had this, right?
Yeah, she almost used it. That's almost how she escaped from her dad, but she got captured.
Yeah, I just think it's been a while since I've leveled up these characters. I think
11th level.
Okay, perfect. That's one more level than I have right here. So he would have it. I think that's what happened. I think Doral, and you guys don't know any of the reasonings or the ways they've done this, but you were told by the priest also, like the Jade Ravens took off after her using magic of some sort. They're probably in Scuttle Cove trying to save her.
Locate creature only works within 1,000 feet, so they couldn't have used that. Never mind.
Yeah, they didn't use that. I think they were just guessing, and they use transport via plants, and they'll figure out some way to get there. that sets up the way the adventure is supposed to be properly, and I think it all still works. Yeah. So
but now
so
we
for
don't
next
have our
time,
healer.
I know. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. So
Benedict.
you'll have to figure out what you want to do there. I don't think Vincent is a 11th level or even
Cleric.
I don't think
Yeah.
he's that high level of a cleric. I can check, but
Didn't M say like the Lady of Pain could potentially help?
yes. So that's the other thing we need to figure out. Just as like where do we go from here sort of thing. This is the situation we have before us. What is your guys' plan? Just in general sense, what are we looking at next in the immediate? Are we going straight to the Lady of Pain? Are you going to insist that like they wait on that? What do you think?
Not necessarily. I think it's really up to Audrin, to be honest.
That makes sense.
But my thought is if we could strike a bargain with her so she can teleport us to Scuttle Cove,
That's literally what I was gonna say. So
that would be
Yeah.
potentially ideal.
And I think that's what we were thinking anyway already. Obviously, it's a shorter distance now, but it would still be nice to just be able to be teleported there, right?
Because it's still like how many miles can you travel on boat a day?
I don't remember. You do have to travel at least like 150 miles by
Right,
boat.
that's what I mean. So it's like it's still going to take us a while. You know what I mean, I'm gonna look this up.
Jordan,
I have a travel calculator. I'll just calculate.
That would be fun. Give search to the Lady of Pain. Say, here he is. He's having existential crises. Have fun.
He's your son now, your adoptive son.
You could
I
actually
thought you
get
were gonna
there
say-
in a day or so. Actually,
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Well,
Not
then
actually that
maybe then I don't know. Then maybe that's
And
not
if,
that great. Of an
How
option then.
about? I mean, if we could get teleported inside the base.
yes. So actually, that's something I need to bring up. Okay, so when we maybe we have a little after credit scene here where you guys are talking to Damien and the crew, right? About okay, well, our patron just got captured. We still need to go save Deli. How much time is this Lady Pain thing going to take? And so Damien brings up, you guys maybe mention she obviously has teleportation stuff, but can she get us closer than just the city or whatever? And I think Damien does say, well, if I remember, I actually came from, I'm trying to think of how he would say this story. He says, some months ago, it's been a while, I went to an island, private island, owned by a captain of the Crimson Fleet. And I was after a special set of keys that I knew this man had. A set of keys that each captain of the Crimson Fleet has that allows them to, well, I didn't really know what exactly at the time. And I might be telling this story wrong. I know there's something important about the keys. I'm trying to remember. Did he have the keys? Alyssa and Seth, you were in this session. This is the island where you were playing the Minotaur, Seth. I'm pretty sure he got a magical set of keys from that.
Minotaur.
He did.
I don't remember.
It's fine.
That was
I think
so
I just
long
answered my own question. Yeah. So
I don't even remember this character.
It's right. What I said was correct. Basically, he just says I found a set of keys there, something that I think all the captains of the Crimson Fleet must have access to, and some of the keys I slowly went down the list trying to fix, because my whole goal was vengeance against the Crimson Fleet, right? And so I was trying these keys one by one, figuring out what they went to and how I could use it to exploit. How could I exploit them to get back at the Crimson Fleet? I ended up in Scuttle Cove. And I used one of the last keys on this keychain on a special door I found in there. And when I opened it, I went to the City of Doors. Now, I don't believe it was intended to go to the City of Doors. I believe if I remember correctly, the Lady of Pain interrupted me, but apparently I would have gone straight to hell. So I'm glad that she intervened, or in the abyss. Given that the Lady of Pain is the master of the City of Doors, as long as that door is still in their base, it's possible we could use that to go straight there. So
Listening.
if we go talk to the Lady of Pain, we figure out this thing with the weapon, and then straight to Scuttle Cove.
I think it's time we pay Our Lady a visit.
Cool. Yeah, I think that'll be a fun thing to start off the next season with. We can do a little bit of rising action instead of going straight to like we're going there and doing all the things. We can have a shopping montage, right? City of Doors is going to be a place where you can buy all sorts of fun magic items or sell things or whatever you want to do, right? You could even make some interplanar connections if you'd like to. We can do whatever you want in City of Doors. Totally up to you guys. But that would be a good time to kind of get back in touch with we can figure out some maybe some Blood Sister things with Anna. We can follow up on that. Obviously we will in a general sense because of the mission that she was given has been completed, right? And that's one of the reasons you're going there.
Audra needs to meet with the priests and get a pretty heavy prayer session on.
Yeah.
Audra needs to get a word to
Mikhail.
Mikhail.
What did you need to tell him?
I need to tell him my plan.
Your plan to kill Deli?
No, my plan to capture Takewee's sister.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Okay. Is this something you do in Farshore? Is that what you're saying?
Well, I think Audrin's been having these gears turning for a long time. So I think he's like finally starting to come up. And like this is with going to the City of Doors or whatever, the Lake of Doors.
Sigil is the name of the city, yeah.
Sigil. With going to Sigil, this will be a good opportunity for him to get the things that he needs.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But there's gonna need probably.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, there's probably gonna need to be some preparation and cooperation on the other plane's end. This is Audrin trying to commune.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, we can just say it works. Like you have enough. You could spend some time. Vincent is there. He probably has a spell you could use to just talk to Mikhail, right?
Okay. Sure.
No, I think that makes sense to me.
Okay.
Technically, if you guys really want to take Benedict, you could take him to the City of Doors and pay a cleric there to do it, or ask the Lady of Pain to do it, right?
I think Benedict would low-key really hate that.
Probably.
I don't know what else he would do.
He can't object. Might as well.
No, I know, but I just feel right.
Here's the thing: if he was in his right mind, we'd be going there anyway. So he would be joining us anyway.
That's a fun way to complicate the situation. I like it.
I was going to ask, can we cast the Identify spell on the prayer beads?
Yes. That is a good question. Let me double check what the original venture says.
Not that I necessarily want to steal from Nolan, but I want to know what they are.
Yeah, you know what? I think it has 2 beads left on it. I just typed in prayer of the beads.
It sounds like a VeggieTales episode.
Oh boy.
Prayer
that
of
really
the beads.
does. With a really great silly song that would be happening.
It's a VeggieTales episode made by the Catholics.
yeah, there you go. Okay, so take weed. You want to go ahead and roll 2 d20s for me, and this will decide what 2 beads are on it. One of them is Greater Restoration bead, so if you get a certain number, it'll work. All right, a 20 means Wind Walk. The spell Wind Walk is one of the prayer beads.
The 4.
Oh, sorry, and a 4. Bless. Sorry. Yeah, Bless and Wind Walk. Not very helpful ones, actually.
Oh, man, because if we had gotten that, I could have just attuned to it for a minute, put it on Benedict, and then he could have healed Nolan.
Well, are you a cleric, druid, or paladin?
No, but we have a paladin, though. So.
Yeah, Surge could attune to it, yeah. Yeah, sorry. He probably used all of his good prayer beads in the fight, right?
Was Nolan the one that cured Takewee of her curse?
No, that was Shinnok.
Nolan is the missionary guy who you found feeble-minded in the room.
So what did Tanakh use to help Alyssa or to help
remove curse, and that was a separate thing than
it was a greater. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Yep. So you don't have any magical help there. His other stuff, though, I mean, you could certainly steal some of his magic items if you would really like to. It does technically belong to Nolan.
No, I wouldn't. I would just skip them to Vincent. That's fine. I just figured if there was a chance that could have greater restoration, like that would be worth one of us attuning to and using.
Of course, yeah. So. And Nolan would have said like, yes, please do. Right.
Right.
you heal one of them, and then they can cast greater restoration on the other.
Right, on the other. Yeah, exactly.
Yep. No such luck. You could take Benedict and Nolan there if you would like, or you can just leave Nolan to be cared for by Vincent in the meantime.
Get them both fixed up.
Yeah, you'd be nice about it.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, Nolan is a high level cleric. You could certainly.
Man, we got 2 clerics on our team. Let's go.
Can't we just fix one and then can't we just pay to fix one and then have him fix the other?
You just have to make sure that you have access. Like you could either go back to Far Shore quick or bring them both along. Either way.
I mean, we could do the same thing. If we bring them both along, then the other one can get the other one there as well.
Exactly.
So yeah. Might as well bring them both.
Yep, that sounds good. Cool. Yeah, so that can be the plan. Is go to City of Doors, figure out all that stuff. The other. We can probably actually, unless you have any other thoughts, any questions, we can probably.
I want to know how much treasure we get.
Yeah, treasure, and there's gonna be another level up. So,
because we already,
yeah. You guys sped run the dungeon again.
Wow, amazing!
It's literally what you did. All right, cool. Well, we can go ahead and call it there for Terra Invicta, and that's the end of the season. We'll do an after show and talk. Treasure and leveling up and anything else we want to talk about. Thanks for playing, guys. Bravo to you guys for an excellent combat. You did a great job. Good job, Seth. All right, we're out. Adios.